England finally had something to celebrate. After weeks of disappointment and 5 straight Test defeats, the pressure on Steve Borthwick and his squad was impossible to ignore. But under the hot summer sun in Liverpool, everything changed. England produced one of their most complete performances in recent months, defeating Fiji by an incredible 73 points to 8. The final score tells only part of the story. This was a match about confidence returning, young players making unforgettable memories, and a team proving that it still has plenty to offer as the nation's championship continues. The atmosphere inside Hill Dickinson Stadium was electric. The venue was hosting its first ever international test match, and fans arrived hoping to witness something special. Instead of another difficult afternoon, they watched England deliver an exciting 11-try performance that ended their losing streak in style. The opening minutes immediately showed England's intentions. Inside the first minute, Fiji conceded a scrum penalty. Moments later came one of the most unusual tries of the afternoon. Finn Smith launched a clever crossfield kick toward the corner. The bouncing ball confused everyone. As several Fiji defenders stopped playing, believing the ball had gone dead, Marcus Smith reacted instantly. He chased the loose ball, grounded it, and scored England's opening try. It was a perfect reminder that concentration can make all the difference in international rugby. That early score completely changed the momentum. England suddenly looked relaxed. Their passing became smoother. Their decision-making became sharper. Their confidence grew with every possession. The forward pack then began taking control. Strong carries, accurate lineouts, and disciplined mauls made life extremely difficult for Fiji. Soon, experienced hooker Jamie George powered over from a driving maul to score another try. The moment also carried historical importance. The try allowed Jamie George to equal Lawrence Dallaglio's record as England's highest try-scoring forward in Test rugby. It was another memorable achievement in an already impressive international career. England refused to slow down. With Levani Bosha temporarily off the field, England quickly took advantage of the extra space. Flanker Guy Pepper crossed for his very first Test try. It was a reward for his relentless work rate throughout the opening stages. Only moments later, another debut story unfolded. Centre Bernhard Jans van Rensburg entered the match after Seb Atkinson left for a head injury assessment. Less than a minute after stepping onto the field, Bernhard Jans van Rensburg scored with his very first touch in international rugby. It was a dream beginning that every player imagines. The good news continued for England. Seb Atkinson later returned to the field after completing his assessment. Instead of simply settling back into the game, he also crossed the try line to complete a remarkable personal afternoon. By halftime, England had already scored 5 converted tries. The scoreboard showed 35 points to 3. The bonus point had already been secured, and England were completely in control. Despite the large deficit, Fiji never stopped competing. The visitors continued searching for moments of attacking brilliance that have made them one of rugby's most entertaining teams. Early in the second half, Captain Tevita Ikanavir finally gave the traveling supporters something to celebrate. After powerful carries from Ironi Moi, Tevita Ikanavir finished the move with determination to score Fiji's first try. For a brief moment, it appeared the visitors might build some momentum. However, the match changed again after a red card reduced Fiji's chances of mounting any serious comeback. England stayed disciplined and immediately increased the pressure. Fresh legs from the bench added even more energy. One of the biggest positives for England was the impact made by replacement players. They entered the game with intensity and never allowed the standard to drop. Among them was rising star Henry Pollock. The young forward produced a sensational performance after coming off the bench. His speed, awareness, and support running created constant problems for the tired Fiji defense. By full time, Henry Pollock had completed a remarkable hat trick. It was a historic achievement and one that immediately placed his name among the most exciting young talents in English rugby. The crowd responded with loud applause every time he touched the ball. His performance was one of the biggest talking points after the final whistle. England's attack continued flowing. Emmanuel Feiwa-Boso reminded everyone why he is considered one of the country's most dangerous runners. Every carry threatened to break the defensive line. His pace, footwork, and balance caused problems throughout the afternoon. He eventually scored a brilliant try in the corner after another exciting attacking move. Centre Henry Slade also enjoyed a productive afternoon. His experience helped organize England's backline, and he finished off a well-worked team move to add another try. Young debutant Noah Kalluri also announced himself in impressive fashion. At just 19 years of age, he looked completely comfortable on the international stage. Rather than showing nerves, he played with confidence and maturity. His clean line breaks created opportunities for teammates, while his own try demonstrated excellent composure under pressure. Many supporters will now be eager to see how his international career develops. One player who quietly controlled almost everything was Finn Smith. Although several teammates grabbed the headlines with spectacular tries, the fly half produced one of the most complete performances of the afternoon. His kicking from the tee remained accurate. His tactical kicking consistently pushed Fiji back into difficult positions. His passing created space across the field. Even defensively, Finn Smith worked tirelessly, making important tackles whenever England needed him. He deservedly earned the Player of the Match award. Sometimes the best performances are not always the loudest. Instead, they come from players making the correct decision again and again. That perfectly described Finn Smith's display. Beyond the individual performances, England's overall game plan deserves enormous credit. Rather than allowing Fiji to play their fast, unpredictable style, England controlled possession and territory. They kicked intelligently. They defended patiently. They slowed the tempo whenever necessary. Most importantly, they prevented Fiji from creating broken field opportunities where they usually become most dangerous. The statistics reflected that dominance. England consistently won the physical battle. Their forwards generated valuable post-contact meters. Their defensive organization limited Fiji to very few genuine attacking chances. Every successful exit from their own half increased the pressure on the visitors. It was a disciplined performance built on patience instead of panic. Considering England had fallen behind early against South Africa in their previous match, this fast start represented significant improvement. The coaching staff will be pleased that the players learned from recent mistakes. There were still a few handling errors and moments where execution could improve. However, unlike previous matches, those mistakes never damaged England's confidence. Instead, the players immediately recovered and continued applying pressure. For Steve Borthwick, this result arrives at exactly the right time. Questions had been growing after several disappointing defeats. While one victory does not answer every question, it provides a strong platform for the rest of the tournament. Winning is important. Winning with confidence is even more valuable. For Fiji, this afternoon will certainly be disappointing. They never managed to play with the freedom and creativity that supporters normally expect. England's disciplined defense removed many of their attacking opportunities. Even so, Fiji have repeatedly shown their resilience on the international stage. One difficult result does not erase their quality, and they will look to respond strongly in their upcoming matches. As the final whistle echoed around Liverpool, England's players celebrated with smiles that had been missing for several weeks. The 5-match losing streak was finally over. The supporters left the stadium encouraged by what they had witnessed. Young stars had stepped forward. Experienced leaders had delivered. The coaching staff had seen their game plan executed successfully. Most importantly, England had rediscovered belief. If they can maintain this balance of discipline, physicality, and attacking confidence, this impressive victory could become the turning point of their nation's championship campaign. For now, England can enjoy a memorable 73-8 triumph, while rugby fans everywhere will remember the afternoon when Henry Pollock, Finn Smith, and a confident England side reminded everyone exactly what they are capable of.